So over 100 years ago, well over 100 years ago, there was a guy called Lord Austin. And Lord Austin was really a key player in the British motor industry, in fact, in the world motor industry. And he created really popular and famous, best-selling cars like the Austin 12 and the Austin 7, among loads and loads of other Austin Mark that appeared on different cars. But interestingly, he got his inspiration, he got his training from a chap called Wolseley. And actually, Wolseley, his first company was a sheep shearing company actually in Australia. And Lord Austin, as he became later on in the 20th century, he started his career in Australia with Wolseley. Now, interestingly, my dad, R.J. Wyatt, he wrote some books on Austin, and he actually went to the Longbridge factory in the 1960s, because he heard that the Austin Motor Company in Longbridge near Birmingham was throwing away lots of records, lots of press cuttings, and lots of important historical documents relating to Austin. So unfortunately, R.J. Wyatt, who's actually my dad, he passed away a few years ago, but he left me a black box. This infamous black box that he used to keep talking about. And this black box was from Longbridge in Birmingham. And it had a lot of early history of Wolseley. So, interestingly enough, in my study is this black box. And I just wanted to make a little video today to really uncover the contents of that black box with me. For the first time, because I've never looked through it in any detail. In fact, I haven't really looked through it. Well, it hasn't actually been looked through now probably since the 1960s. And it probably wasn't actually looked at even in the 1960s. So it's probably unresearched material primarily. Now, the bit of a problem that I have is that this black box is somewhere in my garage, and this is what my garage currently looks like. So I'm going to come back in a few minutes, well actually more like half an hour, once I've cleared out this garage and found this black box, and I'll come back to you and let you know what I find. Okay, I can see it, which is quite exciting. So it definitely exists, and there it is in there. So just got to move a few things out, and we'll have a look, see what's in it. Tired, finally done it. Okay, we found it, or I found it rather. This is quite exciting. So let me show you what it looks like. Hold on. Okay, so here's the box. Definitely a black box. So let's have a look, see what we got on the label. So it says Wolseley Cabinet, and the address is from Cowley, which is Oxford, so fairly close to Birmingham, I suppose. And a key as well. Better keep the key. And then on top it says the Wolseley Records. Right, so let's undo that. Here we go. Well, considering it's been here for however long it's been here, it's pretty dry. So right, go through it with me. Let's have a look. Hopefully you've got enough light here. Oh wow, look at that. Wow, that is beautiful. Look at that. Doesn't say what it is on the back. So these are obviously some very, very early Wolseley cars. Look at that. That is a car. A little bit different from your Tesla or your Kia that we have today. It doesn't say what they are on the back, so I'm guessing these are quite rare cars. Oh, here we go. What does this say? So Wolseley, sold to Mr. P.F. Tomlinson, invoice dated 1900, signed H. Austin. Wow. So it all went all the way to Aberystwyth. So this lucky chap, Mr. Tomkinson, with him and his wife and his friend and his wife, are very proud owners of that. Look at that. That's a great photograph with their moustaches and their hats. Love it. Oh, these are superb. Look at that for a picture. That is a beautiful photograph. She looks very happy. God, that really takes you back, that picture. picture of a tank. Okay, so I don't know whether Wolseley made tanks or an experimental tank. Look at that. Moved on a bit now. When you look at what's going on in Ukraine, that's quite a timely photograph, isn't it? So these are experimental. So this is before tanks probably were even properly invented. And there's the huge diesel engine that went in it as well. So this is exciting because you're actually going through this at the same time that I'm going through it. So Wolseley in the making, a nice being a brief account of a visit to the Adderley Park works of the Wolseley Tool and Motor Car Company in Birmingham. So this is Wolseley's factory, and a little view. Oh, my cat Tiddles has come over to have a look as well. He's interested. So yeah, lovely little book on the Wolseley factory. These are, I don't know what these are. I don't know how we're going to look at these. These are, let's have a look. See if we can see these. Not too clear. Sorry about the picture. But that's a lovely glass plate. Again, looks like someone else has been delivered their new car. And another one here. Yeah, I should. Luckily, I've got a chap coming over in a couple of weeks from Switzerland who's writing a book on Wolseley. And he is. Shame that one smashed. And he's going to put all of this in his new book, because this obviously none of this stuff has ever been, as I said before, none of this stuff has ever been shown before. So, oh, what's this? Wow, look at this stuff. So this is all early, a line axle from Wolseley. So these are all early blueprints of you know, early motoring history. These are amazing. Look at these. These are the original blueprint drawings of some of the Wolseley cars. This is private and confidential, British Standards Institution Technical Committee. So after careful consideration of all the information and evidence at its disposal, the committee, realising the importance of the trade of the country of the establishment of a single standard. So this is the British Standards Institution, the actual formation of it, because as these cars were being developed, you know, you had to have a BS, what's now I think called the BSI. So these are all the documentation that would have been submitted by the Wolseley company to the BSI of all the inventions and all the standards that were needed, because, you know, they obviously needed to be looked at by the government. So this is amazing. Mr. S.V. Smith has been turning out his office and thought Mr. Mullins might like to have or see this. It is apparently an early Wolseley dinner. There you go. So I guess for the Wolseley collector, this is all pretty cool stuff. Photographs of the Wolseley motor sledges designed and built for the Scott Antarctic expedition. Wow. So look at this. I'm trying to film and do it with one hand. I should have got a tripod, shouldn't I? Let's have a look. Wow, look at that. So this was built by Wolseley for Scott of the Antarctic and his exhibition. Expedition. Look at that. These are amazing. Oh, I bet there aren't any photographs of those anywhere. That's probably the only set of photographs anywhere. So let's see what else we got. Speech delivered by the chairman. So this is when the company went public, I guess, because it says stock, giving out stock. Yeah, these are all, I'll come back to these because these look like all photographs. The Wolseley programme for 1911, the Wolseley Tool and Motor Company, Alderley Park, Birmingham, for 1911. And this is all the really early designs for the Wolseley cars, which of course were also very and for the Austin motor car as well. This looks like an agreement. An agreement made this 5th day of March 1901 between the Wolseley Ship Shearing Machine Company Limited of the first part, Herbert Austin of the Sydney Works Birmingham Works manager. Wow, so that's a piece of documentation that actually shows the link between Herbert Austin and Wolseley and his sheep shearing company. Really important piece of motoring history. Not sure what this is. Magazine of some type. Don't know what that's got to do with Wolseley, but it's obviously been put in there for a reason. Maybe it's got some articles or something in there. This is all just documentation, again, to do with the Longbridge Works, Birmingham. So I'm really lucky that I've got a chap coming over next weekend to go through this properly. Wolseley service motor of the war, so obviously the Wolseley Company and the First World War, and the ambulances and the women working in the factories. Pretty cool document. And this is a proof, so this was the first one before it was given out to the public by the looks of it. Another one here. Wolseley in the Great War. What's this? Chairman and directors of the Vickers Company request the Pleasure and Company. So this is someone in 1914 getting invited for lunch at the Wolseley Works. The Wolseley Instruction Manual. So this is an instruction manual for one of the early Wolseleys by the looks of it. There's the factory. I mean, that's how successful this company was. Look at the size of that factory in Birmingham. That is amazing. How many people worked at that factory? I mean, talk about successful, and it's all pretty much been forgotten. But not if I can get my way. What's this here then? This is a notebook, handwritten notebook. I have to research that one. I don't know what it is. Right, look at this photograph album. This looks nice. Let's have a look at this. Photographs. HRH at Gyps and a Wolseley car. So this looks like press photographs. So that will be King George V, will it? The Queen's father? Is that right? Not very good. Look at these lovely old pictures of Wolseleys across the world by the looks of it. A convoy on a truck. So this is a trip to Kilimanjaro. So they took these Wolseleys everywhere. Kenya Bush. Something for the pot. Looks like they've shot themselves some sort of nice dinner there. Most of these people, I guess, at this time, 1900, 1910, they would never have seen a car. These people out in Africa. So some of these are lovely photographs. Look at these photographs. A bridge in Kenya. That's a good one. Yeah, beautiful pictures. So these all need to be published, really. They're lovely. Look at that picture. I'm looking very happy to have a photograph taken on. Probably never had their photograph taken. Getting washed there, car getting washed. That's very English, isn't it? You've got your car out in Africa, it's got to be washed. Yeah, nice photographs. I'm just going to skim through this because I know we've got a lot to go through. So another little notepad. Aero engines. Yeah, of course, Wolseley made aero engines, I guess, for the First World War. And this is the instruction manual for how to use the... Wow, look at these. So yeah, he made engines for some of the first biplanes before the First World War. On a scale that is just... you think of Tesla today, but this is actually... He was the modern Tesla. These are all the diagrams, all the things that he built. His engines and gearboxes and magnetos and things. Right, let's keep going. Another photograph album. Wow, this is a bigger one. Let's look at this. The Hydro album. So again, another tour by the looks of it. Again, into Africa. So, I guess for publicity. Lovely picture of a biplane now, I guess with one of Wolseley's engines in it. So yeah, lovely publicity for the company. And obviously, I don't know whether they use people from the company to go on the trips or what, but nice, really nice early photograph album there. Another Wolseley 15 manual, another instruction manual. Wolseley Hispano Souza Aero engines. Okay, so that was the name of his aero engines. Some lovely old original. I love these old catalogues. I've got a load of Austin catalogues that Dad gave me, but I've never seen any. The factory's huge, it's immense. I've never seen any for commercial Wolseleys. So let's have a look, see what they look like. Yeah, there you go, and there's the chassis. Look at these. What a lovely catalogue. A Wolseley 110 delivery van. A Wolseley ambulance showing fitted to CC type passenger chassis. And these are the sales catalogues. So you could buy these. You could basically buy the chassis, and then you could decide what type of body you put on it. Beautiful, beautiful catalogue. Absolutely brand new. Look at it. Lovely, that's lovely. But there aren't many of those left. What a little gold mine this is. So again, more blueprints of very early cars. Look at that car. That is really early. The 12 horsepower vacuum cleaner cab. Look at that. So that's got some type of vacuum engine in it, and here are all the original plans for it. Wow. Again, probably not a lot of those left. So this is, oh, what's this? Let's have a look. This is a Ledger. So this is a Wolseley Ledger. Beautiful handwriting. Let's just get it up so you can see it. So this is, what is this then? This is a Ledger. So this is all the tools and equipment that they bought, the prices for them. Purchase ledger of the Wolseley sheep shoeing work. So this is actually before he started making cars. Full of beautiful information in there. This chap coming around next weekend is going to be so happy with all of this. I didn't realise there was quite so much stuff in here. Again, all ephemera, blueprints. Beautiful old, that's a very early car. Look at that car, that's very early. Beautiful. Nice, happy looking. So look, Wolseley Company India. So this car company was all over the world, and this was the Indian team. Nice job if you could get it, running a Wolseley car company in India. Articles of Association. Oh, lovely. Look at that catalogue, lovely. Souvenir of the visit of the American Society of Mechanical Engineers. Vickers, Sons and Maxim, who made the Maxim machine gun in the First World War, which was a pretty horrible invention in my opinion. But again, look at that showroom. Oh, these really take you back, don't they? Lovely pictures. There's the factory, everything handmade, of course. Beautiful to see it all brand new, laid out, and all the cars, their chassis and the engines all being handmade. This is a really, really early catalogue. And look, all the bodies here, you can see actually handmade. Lovely catalogue. Don't know what year that one is. July 1910. Wow. 1910 Wolseley catalogue. That's got to be unique, surely. Photographs, please do not bend. It just goes on and on, doesn't it? Yeah, this is a bit later, so 1946 to 1899. So this, 1899 to 1946. This looks like a dinner to celebrate. Yeah, to celebrate the probably all well-known people. Somebody's father or grandfather in there. Again, these just look like all documents, but again, really early. That's only 1926. Again, 100 years old. Early Wolseley models. Wow, look at some of these. Now, these are beautiful. This is a single-cylinder, water-cooled, air-cooled head, 1896. So, again, you think of the Mercedes-Benz, don't you? But you don't think of the Wolseley. People just don't think of the Wolseley. This is, look at that. That is that actually a car? Amazing. That is it's a 2 brake horsepower. So my Supra, which you can see here, is 450 brake horsepower. This is 2 brake horsepower. 2 brake horsepower. It's amazing they actually went. 1899, that one, look at that. What a beautiful looking thing with a wicker basket on the back. These are superb photographs. Again, probably, I don't know, do people know these exist? I don't know. They do now. Just keeps going on and on and on. Look at these original photographs though. Look at the wheels on that. Beautiful. And all the, yeah, some of these look like they've been copied. So guessing Dad might have used some of these for his Austin books, but look at that. That's brilliant. So it's quite amazing how far the automotive industry has gone, but it'd be nice if we found an electric car in here, wouldn't it? The story of the Wolseley car. Wow. So someone's written, this is an extract from the Auto Car, which I think my dad might have written actually. So there you go. History of the Wolseley car. So that'd be good to actually maybe reprint. Wolseley again. Beautiful. Look at these photographs. Just goes on and on and on, doesn't it? Absolutely stunning photographs. Oh, I'm so glad that Dad, had the foresight to save these, because this would have been thrown away. All of the stuff in the Longbridge factory was thrown. Luckily, Dad saved all the press cuttings. Again, same picture, but beautiful picture. But yeah, Dad saved all the press cuttings from the Austin, which is now at the Vintage Austin Register in their archives. So they've got all of those. But again, luckily he kept all of this war production data. 1902, look at that. An agreement for 1902. So again, early stuff. So this all looks like 1.7 million, 6.5% first mortgage debenture stock. So this was 1919, the end of the war. So this was all the records from the company. Not quite as exciting as the photographs, but I shall keep going. These are again just records. 1906. To the directors of the Wolseley Motor Company. Gentlemen, we herewith send you trading accounts of your Birmingham and Crayford works. That looks like that's come from an accountant. Analysis of car records. I'm going to keep going through here, just see what else there is, because you don't need to see all of this, because a lot of it looks like text. 1955 Wolseley, so that's a later one. Again, lots of photographs by the looks of it. Hope I'm not boring you, by the way. Company, oh, look at this, a special resolution of the company, articles of association of the company. Again, lovely, I love these little catalogues. Descriptive guide of the Wolseley works in Birmingham. There's Wolseley's reception room. It was really done on a grand scale. Again, knocked down, I think. I don't think any of these buildings remain. I think the whole of Longbridge and all the old Wolseley works have all gone. Here's a souvenir of the opening of the extensions to the Wolseley works, 1914. So right at the beginning of the First World War, he expanded it, which I guess was very useful, because that allowed him to increase his, productivity of for the war effort, which included the engines, which we just saw. The Wolseley Motor Company agenda. Lovely. I'm just going to run through these pretty quick. Going to fall over. What's this then? This is pretty grand, isn't it? Look at this. Let's have a look. The Wolseley Autocars photographs. Shipbuilding and Engineering Company, Tokyo. So he was in Tokyo as well. Prince Yashahina at the works. So, as I said, all over the world, showing off his engines. Some of these pictures are lovely. That's a Type military. So I guess he sold these to a hydrogen gas supplier truck. So he would have sold these all over the world. Military truck, military chassis, a bus. Lovely old photographs, really lovely old photographs. Military repair truck. Yeah, superb. It's a nice little album, that. Okay, we've got to the bottom by the looks of it. So, a maintenance manual and instruction book. I hope you're enjoying this. I've actually got a load of things that my dad left me. Look at that for a book. With a must have been quite important because it had a key on it. Can we open it? No, it doesn't look like we can. How do we open that then? Interesting. Not sure how you open those. No, this one looks like it's already open. Let's have a look at this one. Oh, there you go, they open like that. What are these in? Why are these so important that they've got locks on them? Okay, that one hasn't been used. But this one, yeah, I have to look at that. That's the point. And then some lovely more photographs down here as well. Look like all blueprints and now these are interesting because these actually say what they are on the back of the pictures. So let's have a look at these. Oh, okay, interesting. A close-up, number 8. Ceylon, these are. So it looks like they went to Ceylon and had some interesting travels, going through rivers and meeting people. And that's probably the car that they took out there on a trip to Ceylon. What a lovely little archive. Lovely little archive. So pleased I've got to show you this. I know it's not a particularly professional video, but hopefully that makes it a little bit more exciting because you've really found it for me. So that was the Wolseley famous black box. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'm going to make some more videos like this because I've actually got a lot more things that I could look at, that we could look at together actually. So good stuff. Thank you.